Death is the end of life. It pains us the most when people die before the time. Those who have sense, they don't move on to their deaths. I implore you to have some sense. Don't move on to your own death. Stay away from death. Stay away from death. Stay away from death. Untimely death is not a good thing. Stay away from death. Stay away from death. Stay away from death. Untimely death is not a good thing. Untimely death is not a good thing. This is your funeral song. I'm singing it before your face. Stay away from death. Stay away from death. Untimely death is not a good thing. Please have some sense. Don't move on to your own death. Untimely death is not a good thing. Untimely death is not a good thing.
Good one.
Don't bother yourself.
The song we just listened to is my special song for you. The title is Stay Away from Death. I look at you and I see your funeral coming so fast. I am going to be available during your funeral to perform the same song for you.
Great elders of Ego Kingdom. As the traditional prime minister of this great kingdom, I shall continue to oversee the affairs of this great kingdom until one of you is crowned king. Now, let me be more specific. Until one of you has met with the requirements as stipulated by the elders in council, you shall not be crowned king. And if that happens, I shall continue to oversee the affairs of the land. Now, that is our verdict.
Could I say something?
Yes. What do you have to say?
I wouldn't want the elders to feel that I'm opposing them. But it must be said that the elders of this great and noble kingdom should not only appear to be doing the right thing, they owe it as an obligation to the commoners of this kingdom to actually do the right thing.
And I ask you immediately, young man, what is it that you think we should be doing that we are not doing?
My name is Bishop Dikeh, son of Dikeh Okwabamili, the great warrior of Ego Igwe kingdom. It was agreed in 1951 that in the event of the death of the king, that my family would produce the next king. As we speak, we have committed the remains of the late king to Mother Earth. And it should naturally follow that I be crowned king, because my family has presented me as the consensus candidate, which is the right thing. And I ask this carcass, why are we not doing the right thing? Why are we doing something else?
Why are you making reference to the 1951 agreement? Were you there when it was signed?
Let me understand you clearly, Chiemerie. Are you saying that the succession agreement of 1951 does not exist? Or you do not believe in the validity of that agreement?
Gentlemen, We should not let this meeting digress to things of no importance. We were not there as part of the build-up that led to the signing of the 1951 agreement. We inherited a document from our successive leaders. We all know it was part of our treaty. Now, to answer your question, Bishop, that same agreement of 1951 equally allows the family of Dikeh to produce a consensus candidate to the kingdom, which is why we have invited Stanley here as a consensus candidate for his family. Now, the truth of the matter is, you are both qualified to be king. However, the bigger truth is, you both cannot be kings at the same time. Which is why the elders in council have made a decision.
The ideal thing for the kingmakers to do is to crown one of us seated here.
Bishop, the elders in council reached an agreement, and that still stands.
And that decision is for one of us to donate the sum of 1 billion naira to you elders. Do you people know what you are talking about? Where do you expect one to get that kind of money in this time of global economic meltdown?
If you cannot provide the money, then forget the throne. As it is now, there is a central palace in this kingdom. Kings in Ego Igwe kingdom do not operate from individual palaces anymore. And the maintenance of the palace is the responsibility of the elders in council here. And the money you were asked to provide before you were crowned king still stands. But if by any chance none of you is able to provide the money, then we'll have no choice but to allow our able traditional prime minister to continue to administer the affairs of this kingdom.
This is draconian. This is obnoxious. And I'm telling all of you here, it will not work. Never.
And I must state here that I equally do not support this sudden and strange decision by the elders in council. I mean, Igwe as a kingdom, we have standards. And it's my belief that the elders of this council, the elders of this land, should uphold those standards and not try to destroy them. I must say I do not support what you are doing here. I'm sorry, but I don't.
There is something you must understand. That a mafia decides to stay calm does not and will not change the fact that he is still a mafia. The elders of my kingdom are trying to resurrect the mafia in me. And if that happens, I can tell you immediately that Ego Igwe kingdom will not remain as wonderful as it has always been. I have monopoly over instruments of violence, and I can tell you right now that I am going to grind this kingdom to a halt.
You are talking like a child, and immediately I must tell you that I'm not impressed.
Wait a minute, Duncan. Are you talking to me like that?
Now who the hell do you think you are?
And what has come over you? Huh? Have you gone nuts? Why do you insult me?
A house can never collapse without the roof. If the roof of any house is still intact, means that house has never been collapsed.
You know what, Duncan? I refuse to get angry because it is obvious that you called me primarily to get me angry.
If you cut this call, forget about your quest of being the king of Ego Igwe kingdom.
What are you talking about? What do you know, Duncan?
Chief Odelebe, and the rest of the council. They just might be elders. But I tell you, they are more than mere elders. They have become a strong mafia. Now if you want to see the realization of succession agreement of 1951, come to my house tonight.
You sound as if someone has briefed you properly on the meeting. I walked out on those elders because it was obvious to me that they had nothing meaningful to tell me.
You are still calling it a meeting. Why? Because you ignorantly don't know anything. You don't know what happened at the town hall. Come to my bunk tonight and I will tell you exactly what happened. Suffice it to say, I know everything.
You sound as if you know a lot. I tell you right now, I will see you tonight.
Come alone, because I'm not in the mood to meet any of your amateurs.
Is it my boys you call amateurs?
Don't say I didn't tell you. Come alone or leave without any information.
I hate to say this, but I do not fancy that man called Duncan.
Some guys have called him over the years, and he didn't pick their call. The fact that he called you means he's targeting something, and we must be smart not to play into his hands.
Do you really think he's deadly?
Duncan is not just deadly, he is the summation of evil.
Why are you standing and looking at me like a structure? Come over to Duncan. Come and give it to me. I must admit, you look so awesome. Why? Don't you want to come over to me? Or you want me to come over to you? Perhaps you like me to give it to you while standing right.
I want to see the desire build in your eyes. I don't like to take men until they desire me. That is why they say I am difficult.
I don't trust that girl. I don't. I mean, she sounds like a loose girl. I don't like loose girls.
Don't sound like that, Chairman. Is it because of what she just said? I mean, but give me some credit. See, this girl, Anne, is the only girl that we need at this time. She will deliver. Don't worry.
The honorable thing to do right now is to stop.
Why would you ask me to stop? No woman has ever asked me to stop. I had to stop when I get started.
Well, there's always a first time. I want to see the desire build in your eyes, so that when I take you, it will be a memory that you would live to remember.
Tell me, what do you know about the mafia of Greenland?
He's asking about us. Why is he asking about us?
Calm down.
You know, I just recounted on how we met. And I'm beginning to think that you must know something about the mafia of Greenland. Tell me what you know. I need to know everything, and I need to know now.
What makes you think that I know anything about the said mafia of Greenland? Stop. You're rushing me too fast. You don't rush a lady like that. Be a gentleman.
Think so?
Is she in danger? What's wrong? What's going on there?
I don't think so. Dan can take care of herself.
Who are you working for? Speak!
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not working for anybody.
Oh, come on. We need to know what's going on. We need to go pick her up.
Listen, I have lost count on the number of souls I've wasted. I don't have a conscience. Tell me who you're working for and you leave. Or play the mafia game with me, and then your soul will be counted amongst the ones I've wasted. You have 10 seconds, and it starts now. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I will tell you everything I know about Gwynedd. But first, you have to tell me what you know about the succession agreement of 1951 and how it concerns Ego Igwe kingdom.
What makes you think I know anything about this kingdom? I'm not from this kingdom.
I heard you talk to Bishop. I know you know so much. I have seen your secret files in the computer. So you better talk, because I know you know more than enough.
So you've been searching my things! You bitch!
I was trained by the masters. Your guns are emptied. You better speak now and we remain friends forever. Or you shut your mouth and you are dead and gone. I will do 10 counts and the counts start now. 1, 2, 3.
My cupboard is broken. Beautiful girls are simply evil.
want you to explain to me what you mean by Duncan being the summation of evil.
Didn't he tell you he fled from Mexico?
He didn't flee from Mexico. He told me Mexico became too expensive for him, so he signed out.
He told me a different thing entirely. He was hired by a faceless group, and he murdered the wife of the ruling party chairman. The big party man went into detailed investigation and arrested all that were involved. And on the verge of arresting him, he fled from Mexico.
Is it because he killed a powerful woman in Mexico that made you qualify him the way you did earlier?
Duncan came back here and murdered his mother just because the woman refused giving him the document to the house his father owned in Lagos. As I speak to you, he has the document. And he sold the house to 4 different persons. And those that went back to ask questions were murdered by him. At the last count, he has killed more than 200 people in this country. And I don't know how many he has killed in Mexico. All I'm saying is that you should never be caught with Duncan all alone.
He seems to know everything the Council of Elders are planning. So it's only wise that I dance to his tune. Get to know what he knows.
I'm not asking you not to use his knowledge of all the evil that happens around him. All I know is that Duncan is evil. He is deadly. You should never be caught all alone with Duncan.
You think you can kill a man like me?
Duncan is a perfectionist. I have seen Mafians, but I've never seen anyone as deadly as Duncan. Once he says he will do anything, those that know him consider it done. He is deadly, and Duncan is a perfectionist.
Seriously? I do not know what you guys are planning, but whatever it is, you have to do it urgently. Duncan has invited Bishop to his bunk, and which means that they're going to show him all the information in his computer.
So what pertinent information did you get from his computer?
Well, the elders of your land are not committed to the succession agreement that was signed in 1951 by the then elders of your land. The meeting where they asked you to donate money was just diversionary. They have other plans.
Yeah. Of course, we know they have other plans. They always do. But that explains why we sent you to unlock Duncan. Okay? So, what are these plans?
Well, they want the son of the late king to continue as king.
Oh, come on, that's impossible. That's not going to happen. I mean, he's too young to be a king. If we have to wait for him, it's going to be like 10 years or more than that. You're not trying to tell me that the people of this kingdom will wait 10 years for a king.
That was why they placed Chief Odilibe in charge. The elders signed another agreement with the late king that rubbished the succession agreements of 1951. Those that call your land Money Republic have good reasons, because they can actually afford to change any agreement that has never been implemented, just because they signed an unholy agreement with the late king.
Wait, hold on. You're trying to tell me that the late king paid the elders to sweep the 1951 agreement on the carpet?
Well, the king was not happy that he did not enjoy the central palace, so he wanted his son to become king so he can enjoy the central palace.
So, when we're coming here, are you saying that even if we're able to raise the 1 billion, Stanley here still won't be king?
1 billion naira. I'm actually surprised that you would want to give that kind of money. Of course, if you raise 1 billion naira, they will definitely give you the throne. But the problem is, what is in this kingship that you would want to raise 1 billion naira for?
Wait. This is wrong. This is very wrong. You're trying to tell me that the elders of our land can change so suddenly? Just like that?
They are elders in Money Republic. Money talks in Ego Igwe Kingdom, and bullshit walks itself to the bones.
Okay, well, listen, I see you as a very perceptive person. Okay, so I would like to hear your advice here.
What?
Yeah.
Wait. You can't be asking Diane for advice in a case this sensitive. She's only a woman. What can she possibly advise? Huh?
I'm sorry, Baron, but I am more than a woman. Do not forget that I was trained by the mafia. I can give advice to anybody.
Yeah, well, she is a Mafian.
All right. I'll remember that. Stanley. Let's leave Diane out of this. I will personally tell you what we are going to do. Okay? I'll take it from there. If you don't mind, excuse us.
Fine and good. Excuse me. Wish you luck.
Come see.
I didn't say anything in that meeting because I was closely monitoring the young man, the king designate. In fact, something is telling me that we are about starting something that will ruin this our kingdom.
Ichano, why would you express such a stand? We are the men that control the affairs of this land. Why would you think that we are about to do something that will ruin this kingdom?
Even in 10 to 15 years, Prince Cyprian will still not be man enough to be king. Why are we playing politics with such a gigantic thing as ascension to the throne? Why?
But if anyone had told me that you said all these things, I would never have believed it. Why are you saying all these things? Why?
Let us invite the king designates and make a decision. We need to crown one of them king so that we don't lose this kingdom.
Why didn't you say this rubbish before the late king? Why are you coming up with it now? You were there at the secret meeting where we had and agreed that this young boy, that we're going to wait until he's old enough to become king, then we crown him king. So why are you sounding like this? Why are you talking? I mean, what you're saying is contrary to the agreement you signed.
Even before the late king cajoled us into signing the agreement, there was an original agreement signed by our predecessors in 1951. That 1951 agreement is stronger than whatever we signed with the late king. So if you ask me, what we signed was utter rubbish.
What? Well, there's something I would like to beg of you. Please, do not let any of this rubbish you are saying go beyond here and get to the other party, because it will be disastrous.
Now clarify me. Suppose the two young men bring the money we asked them to bring. What will happen?
That's no problem. Anyone that comes first, we crown him king. As simple as that.
What I understand now from what you said is that you're not even committed to the agreement we signed with the late king. That is it.
Well, our kingdom is called Ego Igwe. Some call us the Money Republic. Money counts here in our kingdom. If any of these young men brings 1 billion naira, we will crown him king and make him rule over the business and forget about the oil.
Forget what oil? Which oil?
He doesn't know about the oil?
You don't even need to ask him. I can answer you. I don't know.
Okay, let me tell you. There's a man called Mr. Criswell. He's billed to be here in a few days' time from today. He's coming in. He's a representative of an European oil company that is responsible or they specialize in, oil exploration. So he's coming in respect of the oil that has been discovered in Akuluka. So once he comes, we sign an agreement with him. And then we allow them to commence the exploration.
Let me tell you, all oils in Nigeria are vested on the federal government. Kingdoms are not allowed to participate in oil exploration.
See, you are talking like this because you don't know what the Great One Kings do in the south. It is called illegal bunkering. This man you just mentioned is in charge of this. And when he gets here, he will sign an agreement with us. And we will benefit immensely from this. We will make so much money from this business. Now, if we continue to play along with the designates, we will get the 1 billion naira we're talking about. And we'll make one of these designates king and make him rule over this business. Well, Mr. Sipra does not know about this. But believe me, you will all enjoy immensely from this. But I want to know something. We are doing this because of the money.
As simple as that.
There are a lot of things that are happening here that I don't know about.
Where? All you have to do is keep your eyes open and keep your ears open.
Baron, I know you well enough to know when you're planning something. Something weird and evil. It kind of shows in your eyes. So tell me, why did you tell the girl to go?
Well, Stanley, you see these elders? They're doing what they're doing because they have a bait they're using. I want to make that bait scarce.
Bait?
Yes.
I don't understand that.
Okay. See that prince? The young prince.
Mm-hmm.
He is their bait. I want to turn him off. I want to knock him out of the way so the elders will be forced to do exactly what they are supposed to do. I need your consent.
Okay, I really don't understand what you're talking about, but let me try and get this straight. You want me to give you consent to kill an innocent boy because of this kingship torso in Ego Igwe kingdom? Are you that heartless?
Are you telling me about innocence? You're telling me about innocence? That prince, is he innocent? His father was the major problem. In fact, a major problem in this kingdom. And you are here telling me about an innocent prince. And talking about being heartless. You and I know that those who vie for superior positions are naturally heartless, especially when it comes to eliminating the opposition. That prince, Stanley, is your position. Give me the consent to take him out of the way so you can take that which belongs to you.
You are scaring me with your looks. Have I done anything wrong?
Stanley, it has been revealed to me that Ego Igwe Kingdom will become a land flowing with abundant wealth. It will be so rich that people will be calling us Money Republic. When that time comes, people will begin to kill in order to belong to the ruling class. I'm telling you this as your father. Do not ever try to shed human blood in whatever thing you are doing in your life.
I am not part of the people they call radical. I can't see myself ever shedding human blood.
Good. do not ever scheme over anything to the point of killing a human being. If you are confused in life over any matter, just laugh. Try to laugh. Laughter has a way of solving big problems. If laughter fails, watch. Fold your hands and watch that thing. Is that clear?
Yes, Papa.
That's all.
I don't know what you're thinking, but I'm not asking you to join me. I'm not asking you to do it with me. I can do it on my own. Just give me your consent.
All right, listen. I am not giving you the consent to kill anybody. Am I making myself clear?
And you want to be king? You want to be king with this I'm a good man, lenient disposition?
The noble thing to do here is to fold our hands and watch.
Stanley, you're not talking like a mafia. You're not talking like the mafia that you are, Stanley. Oh, God help me. I'm listening to a preacher. Listen to me, Stanley. Mafias do not preach.
Listen, I know I'm a Mafian, okay? But I will not give you the consent to murder anybody. I have never killed anybody in my life, and I will not start now, not because of this kinship torso, not ever!
Beautiful. Then give them the 1 billion.
I'm not even thinking about that. I don't have that kind of money. Where will I get that kind of money to give them?
Okay. You don't have that kind of money, and I know you do not have that kind of money. So give me the chance to get this idiot out of the way, so you can take that which belongs to you.
Now let me just make this clear to you, in case you did not hear me before. You are not killing anybody for me. Okay? You should concentrate on the meeting between Duncan and Bishop. Find a way to make it vulnerable so that we can know what is going on. Not thinking about killing someone innocent. Anybody for that matter. Okay? For the last time, nobody dies.
Mafia. A mafia who wouldn't shed blood.
Is anything the matter with you? What are we doing here before the town hall?
In 1951, the succession agreement was signed under the obu tree that used to stand here. That tree was uprooted to build this town hall. That implementation agreement ought to have happened here. I called you to ask you, why didn't it happen?
You are asking me as if I single-handedly prevented it from being implemented.
Is it because the obu tree was uprooted that the elders uprooted the truth, replacing it with falsehood? There was no provision for the traditional prime minister to discharge the powers of the king. The elders made it so. That's falsehood. There was no provision in the kingdom for Prince Cyprian to mature to become the king. The elders made it so. That's another falsehood. Those that uprooted the truth should urgently plant it back before the evil wind will start to blow.
Please wait. I want you to expound on the message you are giving. Are you saying that our people are not doing the right thing?
The language in the mouth of everybody is money. Do not love money at the expense of the truth. The truth is priceless. No matter how you hide the truth, it must always find its way out. Do not be among the people that will be disgraced when the truth comes out.
Noble
What do they want me to do now that money is coming in? No. I'm not going to stop here. Dead men are dead men. They have no part in the new politics and should not dabble into the business of money sharing.
I overheard you talking, and I was wondering if we had a visitor.
Gladys, my beautiful wife, as you can see, there is no visitor with me. I'm talking to myself.
You were talking to yourself? How could you be talking to yourself?
Gladys, I remember. You told me you have something to discuss with me. Come and let me hear it now.
I heard you talking, and I asked, do not change the topic.
Gladys, if you are not ready to discuss the issue with me now, please leave me. Allow me to think. There is money coming into this kingdom, and men like me are busy thinking on how to get everything controlled. And as you know, I'm always in charge.
Fine. The letter sent from the Council of Elders was read today at the meeting. The women, different opinions, different interpretation from everybody, differently. And I wouldn't want my husband to be involved. I beg you, quit from the scheme. I beg you.
What do you call this scheme?
The copy of the 1951 succession agreement. The content was quite different. Your content of the letter was quite different from the provision of the agreement. And I wouldn't want my husband to be involved. I beg you, don't be involved.
Who gave them the copy of the agreement?
The creators of the agreement included the women of the leadership of that time. Now, the women of this time want to implement it. That's what they want to do.
Gladys, come. Come here. Come and sit. Come and sit down. Look at your husband. Do you know why we are now called Money Republic?
I don't know why they call us Money Republic. I am not interested. I am not from Money Republic. I am a woman of this kingdom and I will do things right. I will follow the people that do things right.
Look, Gladys, there is money coming into this kingdom. And I want you to realize that your husband will not be part of something that will amount to nothing.
I know. My husband, the women leader, has threatened. She has threatened to adventure the unthinkable, the unspeakable, even beyond. You and I know what she can do. You will not sit here, pretend you don't know what she can do. You know very well.
Gladys, may I know what you mean by threatened to venture unspeakable?
My dear husband, I beg you, do the right thing. Pick up your phone. Call the people you need to call. Call whoever. This kingdom must implement the 1951 succession agreement or else we women will do it.
Venture the unthinkable. What can Mrs. Echezona do? What can she do?
I was trained by the masters. Your bones are empty. You better speak now and remain friends forever, or you shut your mouth and you are dead and gone.
She was trained by the masters. Who are these masters? What does she want from me? How did she enter me so easily? Duncan here. Who's on?
I just realized that you have deposited something in my heart. I am beginning to like you, which is very strange because I don't fall in love.
Who is this?
My name is Diane. Men actually fear me because they think I am brutal. But I put it to you that I am very, very harmless.
Now listen to me. I asked you for the very last time. Who are you and who are you working for?
Listen, I do not work for anybody. I work for myself. But if you agree to my terms and conditions, I could work for you.
No. You're only calling me because you presume I have seen the rubbish you left at my door. I ask you again. Who are you and who are you working for?
Listen to me. I am swimming in McGregor Sweet and Spa, which is about 30 kilometers from where you are. So, how could I possibly deposit something in your window? I didn't drop anything in your window.
Hello, sir.
Yes, hello. Are you at work?
Yes, sir, I'm at work. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Very good. That's beautiful. Listen, there's someone who's trying to play a fast one on me, and I want to prove to that person that I know almost everybody in this town.
Why don't you let me know what you want me to do for you, sir?
Listen, is there any lady swimming at your pool right now as we speak?
A moment, I need to check out the pool.
Please do that fast and call me back. Alright?
Alright, so I'm already going to the pool.
Hey! Come back here. So tell me, how much do you possibly think we can pay you?
Excuse me, ma, who?
You think I do not know that he asked you to come check if I'm here?
You're wrong, ma. Nobody sent me.
Listen to me and listen good. You better be very, very careful. Because not all ladies are just ladies. So you better watch it. Be very careful.
Yes.
You're right, sir. I saw a lady.
Good. Describe the lady to me.
Chocolate, bit tall, well, and really out of ordinary. I have reasons to believe she uses evil powers.
Okay, where is she as we speak?
She left the pool in my presence and I think she's taking her bath now.
Thanks. Thanks for your cooperation. I'll see you soon, alright?
Thank you, sir. I know I always like doing your tax.
Yeah, and that's because, you know, nobody works for me for free. I'll see you soon. Put a smile on your face. Right.
You dressed already? I didn't say anything.
If only you knew me, you will not give information about me. But you know what? I always leave before they come.
is this lady? How was she able to dress up so fast?
Kings are born, princes are made.
If she's actually in that hotel, then she can hardly be the intruder that dropped the device at my door. So, if she wasn't the one, then who was it? Who? Come in. I have decided never to call you again. Because I have reason to believe my calls have been tapped.
Tapped?
Exactly.
Is that possible? Can anyone in this world tap your phone?
We're leaving this bunker. When we get where we are going, I explain to you.
He is deadly. Should never be caught all alone with Duncan.
We scheduled to meet here. Why are you changing venue?
Let's get going before it gets too late.
I am not comfortable with a change of plans.
You have to trust me. If we have to make any headway, then you must trust me. Now, let me get dressed.
Baron, the listening device that I gave you has a 4-kilometer radius. If you had kept it anywhere near Duncan's house, I'll be hearing what they are saying right now, him and Bishop. But I'm not picking up anything. I bought that stuff in Japan, and I've used it countless number of times. So how come I'm not hearing what he's saying? Are you sure you kept it where you were supposed to?
See, Stanley, I kept that thing where I was supposed to. But you see, one of two things may have happened. It's possible that this your so-called digital device isn't working. Or it's also possible that Duncan found it and destroyed it. So,
and now you are speculating, and I can't have that. We are at a crucial moment in our investigations. In this mission, we cannot afford to make mistakes.
Stanley, you see this whole mission, you see this operation, it is important to me as it is to you, okay? I am committed to its full realization.
You are going to have to go back to Duncan's house and make sure that that device is where it's supposed to be.
What are you talking about? That I should go back to Duncan's house? I should take that risk? With due respect, my boss, there are certain things you shouldn't say at all.
Why don't we talk less of the girl and more of your kingdom?
We'll talk about my kingdom. But first, I'm still surprised how a spy could get to you, Duncan. Tap vital information from you. Just like that. Beats my imagination.
Do less of imaginations. Think of reality. The elders of your land perfected plan is to ensure that they are in power of the massive oil bunkery that is due to start up in Apuruka. And that's what I called you.
Are you making this up, Duncan? Or are you giving me authentic information?
Do you by any means have the 1 billion naira demanded by your elders? Do you have that amount to give to anyone?
I know you know my financial status. I don't have that kind of money to give to anybody.
You will convince yourself and sign this agreement. And then I will be in the best position to make you king in a couple of weeks.
Duncan, you're not from my kingdom. How do you plan to do that?
Don't underestimate the mafia. Sign the agreement, and I will show you how I'm going to make you king.
Duncan, do you mock me? Don't mess with me. I will not sign this until you explain to me everything about it in details.
There is this man who is coming to this land in the next couple of weeks. His name is Mr. Criswell. He's coming to this land with 10 million US dollars. He's the one that's going to start up the illegal oil exploration. He's going to bribe your elders with the 10 million US dollars. I'm going to collect that money for him. When I collect it, I'll give you the 1 billion naira demanded by your elders, and then you should become the king. Automatically, I would take over the job that Mr. Criswell came to do into this land.
And how did you get this information, Duncan?
Are you ready to sign up this agreement? Or better still, I call Stanley.
Our dialogue is not terminated yet. We are still talking. So why would you talk about Stanley here?
My name is Duncan. I'm not one of your boys. I made you a business proposal. If you don't like it, fine. As far as I'm concerned, there is not a thing that I, Duncan, have set my hands on and have not achieved. I gave you the last opportunity to sign this document, and then you will become a king without spending a couple.
All right. Let us assume you are speaking the truth. When is this man coming? And how do you intend to get this money from him?
The operation is planned by the mafia, and the mafia only. He takes the credit for his achievement and is blamed for his failures. I gave you the last opportunity to sign this agreement. Otherwise I'll do something else. When I mean something else, something you will not be able to do anything about.
Once he says he will do anything, those that know him consider it done. He is deadly, and Duncan is a perfectionist.
Mr. Duncan. I will sign this agreement because I have studied you and realized that you are a mafia, a true mafia, mafia to the core. But if you fail to do what you said you will do, I will show you that I am equally a mafia to the core.
There has to be 2 copies. You take yours, and I take mine. This is a mafia agreement. In mafia agreements, there is no third parties. We don't go to courts. We talk to other mafias. And if nothing works, we resolve the negotiation and settlement to the supremacy of firearms.
Just the way I like it.
What's all this? I mean, why are you resisting me?
Listen, I can only have one kind of relationship with you, and that is business. That is the only thing that can bring us together.
Okay, so you had taken this decision, yet you decided to come and spend the night in my room?
Oh well, that is not a problem. I can as well get my own room. I can afford it. I came here for us to make a plan. But if you're not interested, I can leave.
You know why you're giving me this attitude. I know you have your eyes on Stanley. But I tell you this, I will never, ever, ever allow you to sleep with my boss. Never.
Do you think that you can stop me if I decide to do anything?
All right. I take it then that you're underestimating my powers.
Ah, powers. You know, I do not see you as a powerful man. I see you as evil. And it is very, very easy for me to deal with evil men. They become helpless when they come in contact with me. Do you know why? Because I have a divine gift.
Good. I'm evil. Huh? Diane, do you remember how you got into the Greenland circle? I brought you in. I brought you into this circle, and you sit here in front of me telling me that I'm evil?
When I look at your hands, I see blood. Blood dripping through them. You've murdered so many. I trigger sex in most men. And these men will tell you that I am the most beautiful and sexiest girl they have ever met. They have not come into me yet. They have only come in contact with my beauty. Because sex is not an obsession for me. Listen, if I'm going to have anything with any man in the circle of Greenland, it has to be Stanley. You know why? Because Stanley is clean. He is ambitious. I think I'll just take my leave since what I'm here for is not what you want. I'll see you around.
Dan, you are going to regret every minute of what you have done today. I promise you.
Regret. Regret, you see? I do not regret anything I do. You know why? Because I think before I act. Only fools act before they think. And I'm not a fool. I'll see you around, sweetheart.
Came to me was to spend the night with me, changes her mind and walks out on me. Stanley. All right, girl. See you around.
Excuse me, dear.
Are you talking to me?
Yes. My name is Collins. I want to really tell you one thing. Do you know that you're the most beautiful, elegant, electrifying young lady ever seen in this hotel? I want to know, please.
I can see you have a way with words. Unfortunately, I am not in the mood of knowing playboys. Excuse me.
Hold on. I am not a playboy. I want you to understand that I am the owner of this hotel. And that is why I want to know you. Oblige me to know who you are. Please. Well, they called and said that we have to fulfill their demands before we can be considered. I mean, the whole thing is it's sounding very funny to me.
You don't need to tell me. I know exactly what the elders are planning. Their letter to the women is here before me.
Mrs. Etchison, I understand that you're the women's leader in our kingdom. May I know why you're calling me this night?
The copy of succession agreement of 1951 is also here before me. I already called Bishop and he said he will call me back. The women are committed to the implementation of the agreement and we are not taking side with anybody. I want you to assure me that if we the women manage to break the men and they agree to crown one of you, that you will be ready to carry out the responsibility.
Well, you don't understand. They demanded for a donation of 1 billion naira. I don't have that kind of money anywhere.
You don't need to give anybody any money. It is not part of the agreement. We are going to make sure that these men do not smuggle anything contrary to the succession plan of this land. And we will make sure that the process is implemented.
Well, in that case, Mrs. Echezona, I give you my word that I will accept responsibility, but that is if the women can get the men to do the right thing.
We are doing our best, and I still want you to do something on your own to see if the elders will be dissuaded in continuing in their plan. You never can tell when you instill fear in them and they will back down. Stanley, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm just thinking about what you said, about instilling fear in the elders.
Do you think it's not going to work? Learn to scheme for what is yours. The elders will not relent on their strange effort unless you attack them.
No, Mrs. Echezona, I am not going to attack anybody. I know what my father taught me, and I'm going to abide by everything he has said to me. Okay? I am not attacking anybody. I'm just going to fold my hands and watch events unfold. I'm glad you're not taking sides, but I will not attack anybody. Now, let me tell you, Mrs. Echezona, as long as God is still in heaven, evil will never triumph over good. Thank you, Mrs. Echezona. Good day.
Good night.
You know the thing with you African millionaires, you think you can get any woman with money.
I want to believe you're not referring to me. And I must have to tell you, I am not an illiterate. No such.
Deep down in you, you actually think I came to this hotel to sleep with a man. True or false?
On the contrary, you're lying. But I must have to tell you, I opened this hotel for a business. Beautiful ladies like you come around. They come in their numbers, on their own, without anybody. I'm sure you would understand that people don't even believe that I am the owner of this hotel. It is not even in my nature to call my guests as I called you. Do you know why I called you? Because I like you. I like you because you are beautiful. You are sweet. You are sexy.
And for that singular reason, you actually think you can get me in your arms tonight. Not so?
I don't know why you are sounding this way. Why?
You are inviting me to your room because you are consumed with lust. You have not touched me yet, but you have undressed me to nude with the imaginative force of your eyes. So tell me, what do you think?
Why are you talking this way?
Come on, go ahead. Tell me what you see.
But I have not told you that I saw something. I want us to talk like learned people. I don't know why you're saying all this. But I must have to tell you that you are different. You're okay. And you're beautiful. Hold on, I'm not finished. I want us to be together.
You know what? I already told you before that you talk like a playboy. I am not a cheap lady. Do not fall for this facility you call a standard hotel and think that you can get any woman you want with ease. No? I have a hotel that is bigger, classier, posher hotel in Rwanda. So next time you want to talk to a lady, you should ask questions. I'll see you around, okay? You know what? In case you happen to sleep tonight and you dream and you learn how to talk to a lady, a lady that has wined and dined with powers that be, then maybe you can give me a call. I'll see you around.
Tough woman. Heaven knows that I love them tough.
Why are you giving me the impression that he was right?
I don't know what you mean by that. Chief Odilibe and elders in council are coming up with a strange position in this kingdom. And I can tell you, we are ready for them.
I was inside and I heard everything you said on the phone. You sent somebody to attack elders of this land. Who is that person you said to attack elders of Igwe kingdom?
When men open themselves for attack, there will be nothing other than to attack them. I don't know why Chief Odilibe called you on phone. I want you to call him back and tell him that we stand on the agreement of 1951. And the women of this kingdom will see to the implementation of this agreement.
Honey, I've told you, don't make yourself an scapegoat. You don't come out and fight established authorities in this land. Those that tried in the past never live to tell their stories. You better ask around.
You should count yourself lucky that you married a dynamic woman. I am not one of those women that established authorities can assassinate anyhow. I am the President General of Igwe Women Assembly. And I can tell you, I know what the men know. They can kill any other person, but definitely not Mrs. Echezona. Never.
Oh, you now see yourself as a great woman because you're Mrs. Echezona. You forgot I am the same Echezona. Huh?
You sent for me, sir?
Yes, Ahmeze, there's a lady in my guest room. I need you to make sure she's comfortable.
She has been taken care of, sir.
Okay, fine. One more thing. Could you please reduce the amount of pepper you put in your cooking? Please?
Sorry, sir. But I remember you told me you don't eat anything that is not peppery.
Yes, but that doesn't mean you should put the whole bag of pepper inside your cooking. I know it's good for your health, but this is too much. Okay? I'm even surprised I could eat what you cooked last night.
It won't happen again, sir.
Hey, Baron.
Yeah. You got me worried with that call. Because I know we're supposed to be meeting at 11, and then there was your early call, and I'm wondering, all is well? Is everything okay?
Yeah, well, the president of the Women's Association called me late last night.
So, what did she say?
A lot of things. We need to talk. We need to plan a way forward.
All right. I'm game, but I want to know what plans you have. So what plans do you have in plan? Let's hear it.
Hey. Hi.
I see it.
You're seeing Dikeh. Good morning, Baron. How was your night? Listen, if I'm going to have anything with any man in the circle of Greenland, it has to be Stanley. You know why? Because Stanley is clean. He is ambitious.
I understand it now. And clearly too.
Whatever. Yeah, you called us for a meeting. So?
Alright, I'm seeing some kind of cat and mouse game between the two of you, and frankly, I do not find that funny, okay? We've got some planning to do, and I suggest we get down to that and stop whatever we're doing. Is that clear?
You're staring at us in this meeting here as if you don't even know why we called you here.
Yes, I'm confused. You called me last night and you shouted at me the whole time through. Yet I'm still here, according to your instructions. And I still don't understand what is happening.
Your wife called a meeting of the women yesterday. Are you aware of that meeting?
Yes, my wife is the President General of the Women Assembly. The meeting you're talking about is strictly women affair.
My wife, in her capacity as the leader of the Women Assembly, has the right to call meetings anytime she wants. I don't know why men in ruling council will call me in the town hall to ask me questions about women affairs.
Mr. Echeson, in the meeting, your wife showed them a copy of the succession agreement of 1951. Now, can you look me in the face now and answer me immediately that who gave her the copy of that document? And who gave her the right to discuss issues as paramount as the issue of succession to the throne of this kingdom amongst the women assembly? Who gave her that right?
Mr. Anungwa, is there a way you could explain to them that I'm a private man that runs a private business? I don't dabble into women affairs.
I think what you have to do is make an offer to Mr. Echeson. Yes, he is a credible man of Ego Kingdom. And I know our men can always understand when credible offers are made.
And what do you mean, make me an offer? I have told you that I do not belong to the ruling class.
Echeson, you just said here in this hall that you are a businessman doing private business. That translates to a struggling man. We all know your wife is far richer than you are. You're a poor man. We are giving you the opportunity to become a millionaire and stand tall in your own territory. We're not asking you much. All you have to do is break your wife.
And what do you mean, break my wife?
I welcome you all women of our town. I want to assure all of you here that my government will do everything right. It is not in our making that the king died in our tenure. It is an act of God. The men are doing everything possible to manipulate the process of succession. And that is why I called all of us here once again, so that we could take a final decision on this matter. Yes, Mrs. Okalibe, what do you have to say?
I am a woman of this kingdom. And I can say that I know the politics of this kingdom. Our leadership have betrayed us in the past.
I want to know the very leadership you are referring to, Mrs. Okalibe. Is it my leadership you're talking about or the leadership of the kingdom?
I don't have any problem with the leadership of the kingdom. Because as far as I'm concerned, this kingdom is in anarchy. There is no leadership in the kingdom.
Sorry. May I know your reasons for saying the leadership of Miss Echeson will betray our women?
I just need an assurance that we are not going to renege suddenly. People call us Money Republic because they believe that our people can be bought easily. I, Mrs. Okalibe, I am going to be available for this confrontation. But I must be assured that no matter what happens, that we shall stand on our decision.
Now, Mrs. Okalibe, I give you my word, and my word is my bond. There is an agreement in this land that is called the 1951 Succession Agreement. That document explained in clear time on how the new king is going to emerge. And we all are going to stand on this very agreement.
Yes.
We are going to resist any suggestion that will lead to non-implementation of this said agreement. Do we all agree to that?
Yes.
You do not believe me, do you? It's not like I don't believe you. But the point here is about what you're asking me to do, to break my wife.
Look, breaking your wife is different from killing your wife. No. Nobody wants to kill anybody here. All we are saying is that we're going to make money available to you so that you buy your wife over to account. And once that is done, with that, the Women Assembly will be paralyzed. That's exactly what we want you to do.
I would like you to explain to me in specific terms how much I stand to gain if I have to go against my conscience to do what you want me to do.
There's so much you stand to gain in this. Yeah? First is that you have to share of the money Mr. Creswell is bringing to town. This man is bringing $10 million to town.
And there is no way on earth that you will not make at least $300,000 out of this money.
Did I hear you say $300,000?
Sure. And we know that the government will want to clamp down on him. In fact, we have a watertight plan to blow the whistle on him. But before we do that, we will have collected our own money. We will have shared our own money. And by the time the government clamp down on him, we already have our money in our account swelling. There is a lot of money involved in this thing here, my young friend.
Now, what about the people that you asked to donate 1 billion naira? What if they come with the money?
That should not bother you. That should be our headache. Let them bring the money. Once that is done, we still share the money amongst ourselves. Then, at the end, we crown one of them king. Yes. So you just do what we ask you to do. We can handle every other thing.
That sounds pretty good.
We're talking serious money here. So just do what we ask you to do and leave the rest. Exactly.
You don't seem to be your true self. Is anything the matter?
Okalibe, do you think we are doing the right thing?
I don't understand what you mean by doing the right thing. The most important thing is how to make money. Eh? So I don't care whether it is the right thing or the wrong thing.
You see, you are repeating the very thing he warned me against. He said, and I quote, "The language in the mouth of every person is money. Money." And nobody thinks about truth. Why truth is priceless.
Who told you that?
Ugezu Fekand of the blessed memory. He appeared in my dream and those were his words. I look forward, I see money, and I look back, I see that same advice. I don't know, but I'm just confused now.
You don't have to be confused. The right thing is to look forward where we see money. Forget what Ugezu Fekando told you. He is scheming for his son to be king. But let me promise you, that can never happen. It will not happen. Ego Igwe kingdom is moving forward. There is no going back. I want you to join us. Let's make this money. Okay?
I'm sorry, boss. I'm disappointed. Why would you sign this kind of agreement?
The question should be, why wouldn't I sign? You know, Duncan shot himself in the leg, and I'm waiting for him to breach the agreement. Then you will know why I was refused admission into the Mafia of Greenland.
With all due respect, Chief, I can't believe that you are the one saying this. No member of the Mafia of Greenland will sign this kind of agreement.
Nick, are you insinuating that I am not smart or intelligent?
I have not insinuated such a thing. And you know I can't insinuate a thing like that.
Duncan plans to get money from a man who will soon arrive. How he plans to do that, I don't know, and I don't bloody care. Then he will give me 1 billion naira to give to those greedy elders.
Is that the reason why you make him the sole bunker in Aburuka land?
Do you have any idea how we would have raised that kind of money? 1 billion naira to give to those greedy elders of Ego Igwe kingdom.
At the point he divulged the information, you would have refused to sign the agreement and would have planned the operation on our own.
Plan the operation. Do you have any information regarding when the man will arrive? Do you? As you know, Nick, you cannot plan any operation without adequate information.
Once I start nosing around, I will certainly get something.
Nick, this discussion is over. Settle it in your head that I will be king. It is signed, sealed, and delivered. This will be the last time we'll talk about this. Am I clear?
Yes, boss. Baron, what's going on here? Why did you pack it?
Listen, Stanley. You might be the boss, but I want us to talk right here and man to man.
Baron, what is it you want to talk about that we couldn't talk about when we were cruising in the car or when we get to where we're going? What is it?
Why did you sleep with that girl?
Oh my God. Oh my. Baron, you stopped me in the middle of the road just to ask me why I slept with a girl?
We're not talking about just any girl. We're talking about Diane. I brought that girl from Thailand because I wanted her to work with us. Not for you to stab me in the back by sleeping with her.
Baron, you know what? I promise you one thing. You're gonna regret this.
You think so?
I know so.
Where do you think you're going to? Yeah. We shouldn't be doing this. What are you doing in a taxi? Look, we have work to do. Stanley, get down from that taxi.
Just keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop. Just take me to McGregor Hotel and I'll take you. Your wife just called me.
And what is the meaning of that? Why would my wife call you?
She said she has called you countless number of times, but you weren't picking.
Can't believe I've been sitting here. My phone has been ringing, I didn't know.
That's why you have to think less of the throne. If you continue like this, you will break down.
There is nothing more important to me than the throne. The throne means everything. What did my wife say?
She's coming back tomorrow.
And why did you encourage her to come back at this crucial time? Things are pretty messy right now. I don't want her here.
She said the temperature in Canada has dropped to 0 degrees. She can't continue staying there anymore. She's not comfortable, so she decided to come back home.
I sent her to Canada so she can deliver safely there. Why is she coming back?